Welcome back, guys. Let's talk about Your Next, which is actually a first watch for me. I literally just watched this today. And I've always wanted to watch this one. I knew it came in like 2011, but I just never got the chance to. And I always love slasher movies where like they've got these different like unique masks to them. I think it gives the movie a kind of identity before you even see it. And I always thought that image of the animal mask that they have in the movie is really cool. And it intrigued me, and I wanted to see this even if it would be just another slasher. But I love slashers, and I watch pretty much anything slasher wise. And I wanted to see this one because it was one of the bigger ones that I missed. And the movie as a whole, I think I enjoyed it. I didn't love it like at all, but I did like it. I thought it was fun and entertaining. And the story is basically about these rich people at this mansion. Rich, snooty people are at a mansion, and then they just start getting murdered by assailants wearing these animal masks. And can't say much about the plot because I don't want to ruin it, and it's not super like it's a slasher. It's not super in depth with the plot. Like it's not trying to be. It gives twists and turns, which you're going to expect, but I'll give it this. I think the one of the strongest things about this is the main character, Aaron. Like the character, like all these characters are all right. They're just snooty people. Like they're not trying to be extremely likable, but they're fine. But that Aaron character is really awesome. I loved her throughout the movie. I thought she was great. This badass girl, like she, it even gives an explanation in the movie, like why she's so badass. But she is awesome. One of the coolest horror heroines I've seen in a while. She screams badass everything she does. Like I just love this character, and she was really entertaining and really fun. And I think that the violence in it is very strong, very brutal. Like it works really well on that level. It it really is like it's not like anything ground defying as like a new type of slasher, a new great slasher, even though it's got great reviews. But I thought it was just totally fine. Like I thought it was good. I thought it had some good scary moments that like kind of harken back to like old Carpenter films where like somebody will be in a room and then like the killer will come out in an area in the room where it takes a second to realize they're there. Like they did good with that, and they did good with actually bringing tense moments that did harken back to something, say like Carpenter in like the '70s, like Halloween, where he did it to where masked figure will appear out of nowhere. But in this one, it's these people are more realistic, these killers, than like Michael Myers, which is kind of the definition of evil. Like he is just an evil being. In this one, these are normal people who are killers. So I like the fact that these characters can also fight these killers because these killers are humans too. And I feel like I'm not spoiling anything saying that, but these villains are human too, so they're literally on even playing ground. They've just got more weapons than these snooty rich people have. So I did like the fact that these people could fight against these killers because they actually were human, and they actually I felt like you could actually have them fight off one on one, these regular people and these killers. So like I said, overall it's really good in the violence and badass main character category, but in terms of like the the characters, they're just all right for the most part. Besides Aaron, like they're just kind of bland, bratty, like bratty, spoiled characters. They're not anything that made me angry, but I'm just like, oh, just okay. Like, and honestly, I think the build up at the beginning of the movie I liked more than the end of the movie, even though the end of the movie had some badass parts in it. I felt like the beginning, the build up was better. I liked the build up to this movie, and the execution wasn't bad. It was just not amazing. It was good. It was fine, but it just I wish that we would have gotten something else in terms of execution. But despite that, this still is a really fun slasher. It's still a really awesome current modern day slasher where it does have stuff that harkens back to old horror filmmaking that is creepy, and it's got a great badass main character, and it's got some good brutal violence. So for a slasher, I was totally entertained, and I thought this was a really solid slasher.